Welcome to Herdly, where books turn into 3 stories, refreshing your knowledge in minutes. Today we study together Ryan Serhant's book, Brand It Like Serhant, Stand Out from the Crowd, Build Your Following, and Earn More Money, in which we probe into how to leverage personal branding to build an unshakable business foundation and drive unprecedented growth in a competitive market. Ryan Serhant is one of the most successful and well-known real estate brokers in the world. Don't go away. Herdly, the editor, will be right back with the story. App, but about Tom himself. As we rolled out this new branding strategy, something incredible happened. The app didn't just gain users, it gained loyal followers who connected with Tom's story. The app's success skyrocketed, and Tom's personal brand became synonymous with innovation and resilience. I remember Tom calling me months later, his voice filled with gratitude. He said, "I never realized how much my personal story mattered. It wasn't just about the app, it was about me." This experience reinforced a simple truth. A brand is more than just a logo or a product. It's the story you tell and how people connect with it. Not long after, I found myself in a different kind of meeting. This time, it was with a young fashion designer named Sarah. Sarah was incredibly talented, but she was struggling to break into the high-end fashion world. She had all the skills and creativity needed, but she was lost in a sea of other designers trying to do the same thing. I asked her what made her brand different, and she hesitated. She didn't have a clear answer, and that was the problem. She had been focusing so much on the product that she forgot to focus on herself. I encouraged Sarah to think about her journey, her inspirations, her struggles, her unique perspective on fashion. We spent weeks crafting a brand that was truly her own, one that reflected her personality and her vision. We didn't just showcase her designs, we showcased Sarah. The transformation was remarkable. Her designs began to sell out, and more importantly, they were being worn by celebrities and influencers who resonated with her story. Sarah's brand wasn't just about clothes, it was about empowerment, about breaking boundaries and creating something bold and new. Her brand became her foundation, and everything she did built on that. Sarah later told me, "People don't just buy my clothes, they buy into my vision." This was the turning point for her, and it was all because she embraced the power of personal branding. As I was reflecting on Sarah's success, another client reached out. This time, it was a small business owner named John. John ran a family-owned bakery that had been in business for decades. Despite their long history, they were struggling to compete with newer, flashier bakeries that were popping up all over the city. John was frustrated. He didn't understand why his loyal customer base was shrinking. When I visited the bakery, I could see the problem immediately. The bakery had lost its identity. It was stuck in the past, clinging to its history without adapting to the present. I suggested to John that he needed to rebrand, not by abandoning the past, but by embracing it in a way that resonated with today's customers. We worked on highlighting the bakery's rich history and traditions while infusing it with a fresh, modern touch. We created a narrative that celebrated the bakery's legacy while making it relevant for a new generation. The result? The bakery didn't just survive, it thrived. Customers old and new were drawn to the story of this family business that had stood the test of time. They weren't just buying bread, they were buying a piece of history, a connection to something deeper. John's bakery became a symbol of tradition and quality, and his business flourished. John later remarked, "It wasn't just about selling bread anymore, it was about sharing our story." His words echoed the same sentiment that Tom and Sarah had discovered. The power of a personal brand lies in its ability to connect, to resonate, and to build a foundation that lasts. These stories illustrate a powerful lesson. Personal branding is not just about making noise, it's about creating something meaningful and enduring. When Tom, Sarah, and John embraced their personal stories, they didn't just build successful businesses, they built unshakable foundations that could withstand the pressures of a competitive market. As the editor of Herdley, by learning these insights, we can forge paths that not only distinguish us in crowded spaces, but also build legacies that endure and resonate with future generations. To reinforce the central argument that personal branding is essential for building a strong foundation and achieving remarkable growth, let me share one final story from the book. This story is about Melissa, a marketing executive who felt trapped in a corporate job where her ideas were constantly overlooked. Determined to break free, Melissa decided to start a personal blog where she shared her insights and unique perspectives on digital marketing. Her blog quickly gained traction, and soon she was invited to speak at industry conferences and guest write for major publications. Melissa's personal brand began to shine, making her an authority in her field. Eventually, she left her corporate job and launched her own successful consulting firm, attracting clients who had followed her blog for years. Her story is a powerful testament to the idea that building a personal brand can open doors to new opportunities and greater professional freedom. Melissa's experience underscores that a strong personal brand can set you apart in a crowded market, transforming a once-overlooked voice into a leading authority. Whether you're launching a startup or trying to break free from the constraints of a corporate role, investing in your personal brand is crucial. As the editor of Herdley, understanding these lessons allows us to craft our unique paths, creating enduring brands that not only stand out today, but will continue to resonate in the future.